Hello, everyone. Welcome to the SavvyCast. This is Jamie, and I'm so grateful that you're joining today, whether you're watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast. Okay, you might wonder if you're watching on YouTube why I am wearing this dress and these earrings. This is not typical podcast attire, and as you can see, there are some very formal dresses behind me. I have been upstairs trying on one last time my dresses for the rehearsal dinner for the wedding and then the mother of the bride dress, because the countdown is on. A week from tomorrow, we will be at the chapel marrying our daughter to her wonderful soon-to-be husband. We're so excited, but I just want to share some things, guys, that Zane and I talked about this morning, some things that sort of caught up on us, and hopefully some of what I share will be helpful to those of you who might be a mother or father of the bride or groom in the future. Now, I am also going to just briefly hold up my two dresses that I'll be wearing, one for the rehearsal and one for the wedding. And I'll do it quickly, so if you're just listening to the podcast, no worries. In the show notes, I will have photos. Okay, but I have had a lot of people ask, so I'm happy to share that, because shopping for mother of the bride dresses, in my opinion, is no easy task. So when I found the dresses that I loved, which I love both of them, I'm so happy to share with others, because it just helps when you have people sharing tips. Okay, now I want to preface this by saying this has not been a difficult journey at all, because we're blessed to have a fabulous wedding planner. And my biggest advice to anyone who is planning a wedding is, if that is within your budget at all, that's the first thing I would do, is get a wedding planner. It's the first thing we did with my first daughter, Ellie. We got the same wedding planner for this daughter, Mary Judson, and we couldn't love her anymore. She's fabulous, and I will just tell you, she takes care of everything, virtually everything. We just are told when to come to meetings, taste this food, pick the menu, tell us what you want, we'll make it happen. So Handley Bro Designs, and I'll link to her in the show notes, because she does weddings all over. She does destination weddings, travels to other states. Even though she lives in Birmingham, she is phenomenal. Okay, so some things that we are doing this week and that kind of slipped up on us, on Zane and I, because this is not something the wedding planner would help you with. It's just things you've got to think about yourself. Okay, I was doing my quiet time this morning, and I looked over, and there's Tucker, and I totally had forgotten to make plans for Tucker. Even though the wedding is local, he needs to be taken care of all day Saturday. We need 24 hours with Tucker being taken care of, loved on, and I had not made plans for him. So I called his wonderful dog walker, Miss Lisa, and she does board, and I was just praying that she could take him, because he's a big boy. And I said, Lisa, can you come get Tucker early Saturday, because that's when everybody's going to start getting to the house for makeup and hair, and can you get Tucker, and then we'll pick him up early Sunday morning before church, or we can come after church. And she said, yes, I've got room for him. So thankfully, that ended well. But if you are in need of boarding and you don't have a regular boarder, sometimes it can be difficult to find places that you feel good about, that you trust. And especially if it's a holiday, boarding facilities and kennels are slammed on weekends. So always remember your furry friends and get them well taken care of, and don't wait too late. So the other thing is, this morning, first of all, I've been getting all of my clothes together. I got all of my dresses finalized, and I picked up the Mother of the Bride one, which I'm going to show y'all right here. I picked this up 2 days ago because, guys, alterations are not quick. And I went for my second try on after this was altered. I'm just going to hold it up. Okay, I went for my second try on, basically thinking it was going to be ready to go, and I had changed shoes. So I put it back on, and I said, you know what? We need to shorten it some more. So you have to bake in the fact that alterations take longer than you might expect. But anyway, this is the Mother of the Bride dress. I absolutely love it. And guys, this is still available. It is my absolute favorite brand of formal dresses or Mother of the Bride dresses. It's Ricky Freeman, Terry John. I love her dresses because they're elegant, they're stunning, they're classic, and they don't look frumpy. A lot of times if you Google Mother of the Bride, what pulls up looks like something that we'll all probably wear when we're older. So Terry John, Ricky Freeman has gorgeous styles. They're long sleeve, they're sleeveless. Like this one is a one shoulder. So I have linked to all of my favorite Mother of the Bride or groom dresses on my Like to Know It, and I will also link to them in the show notes. Okay, so I picked up all of my dresses. I have them hanging in one place. And then, ladies, another thing that it's wise to go ahead and do is you have to think about your undergarments. Of course, this is a one shoulder, but I think most Mother of the Bride dresses might require something strapless. I wear nippies, and this fabric is it's very generous, and it's not going to show anything, but I'm still going to wear nippies. So you want to make sure you've got nippies or petals or bandeau, whatever you're wearing. Make sure it's either new or clean. And then you've got to think about your undies. If you're wearing something that is clingy, you're going to probably have to get something like a Spanx thong or something that won't show. And that did come up because it's for my daughter. Her wedding dress is so lovely, but like many bridal dresses, it's very satin or whatever, the silk, it's form-fitting. And a lot of the brides, I did find out what they do is they will get full footless pantyhose or stockings or tights where there's no lines. So all of those things you have to think about what you're going to wear under your outfit, because if it's something that's clingy, you certainly don't want to be walking down the aisle with underwear lines showing. So that's just something to think about. And what I've done is I've got everything put together right here in the room where I don't have to go, pull open any drawers or go digging for anything. That just helps me have peace of mind. So we've got that. You've got your underwear. Okay, shoes. So for this dress, I'm wearing these shoes. They're just a gunmetal. They're not, which is like silver with a little grayish tint. So these go really, really well with the dress. And I will say that I have to have comfort, but I have to have pretty. So my Gus Meyer shoes in Birmingham, they have the best shoes in the whole wide world. And I got these there. I will link to these. They're Nero Girardini. They are not a bad price point, but see this heel? It's a block heel. So I'm not going to fall over. And it's about 2.5 inch, and it's strappy, and it's just perfect. So love those. And then also at Gus Meyer Shoes, I got these Pelmoda, these just very minimal low heel black, but they are a little sparkly. And here is my dress for the rehearsal dinner. Y'all, I got this at a local boutique, Manhattan South, and I'm telling all of my friends, anyone who wants to borrow it, please borrow any of my things. I believe when you buy things that you're only going to wear once or twice, share them. But anyway, it's at the Museum of Fine Art, so it's sort of black tie. So this is something that I found. I think it's just very unique. It's got interesting little straps that tie almost like a sundress, but it's layer after layer of this yummy black metallic fabric. So I've got the shoes and the dresses. I also, and you also have to think about this too, the jewelry. You've got to pick out the right earrings. Just put them in the stash with everything else. So I have my earrings for both dresses. And then I still, and we're a week away, I just realized I do not have an evening purse or a clutch. That is so important. That's where you have your lipstick and your phone and your readers if you need your glasses during any of the ceremonies. So I'm going out tomorrow and I'm going to find something locally because at this point I'm a little afraid to try to order online. So that's something that I should have done weeks ago. So think about your evening bag, just something classic, but something that will hold lipstick and your phone, if nothing else. Okay, and then jewelry, earrings, and bracelets. And if you've got maybe an Apple Watch, I've got a dressier strap on it. Probably gonna not wear a watch because this is so casual, but just these things are things you have to think about. Okay, this morning, Zane, who is officiating, and he has a custom suit that he had made to officiate our other daughter's wedding 4 years ago. He was talking about his suit, and he said, yeah, I'm going to pull that back out. And I said, now, have you not thought about having it cleaned? And he said, oh, my goodness. Didn't think of it. Guys, he's got to have that dry cleaned where it'll be fresh and it'll be pressed. His shirt's got to be pressed and red, just clean, or either get a new one and have it pressed. So that required him to take off early today and go to the cleaners and leave it. And then all of his accessories, I'm not good at outfitting a man, but one of our best friends, my friend Deborah's husband, he's all good at that. So he's going to make sure whether there's something for the lapel, the right socks. You know, always get someone who's good at that kind of thing to help you on a special day, because if that were left, I know how to dress myself and I know how to dress girls. I don't know how to get men ready. So we're going to call in our friend Bobby for that to just help make sure Zane is tip top before the ceremony. But anyway, so just those little things. And I want to bring up one more thing that I had not thought of. I have such wonderful friends, and you'll find out who your dearest friends are when you have a child getting married, because they all come together and they take care of everything. One thing I had not thought of, we had all the teas, the bridesmaids luncheon, and I was not thinking about anything else. And was with a friend of mine, Mary Catherine. We were going to visit someone in the hospital, and she said, Jamie, who is managing food at your house the day of the wedding? Because everyone's getting ready here. All the bridesmaids are getting ready here before we go to the chapel. Pictures are being done here. The groomsmen are coming. And I said, what do you mean? And she says, well, you've got to have food there, probably breakfast or brunch and lunch, and you don't need to have to think about it. So I said, Mary Catherine, I had not thought of it, although I have done that for other friends of mine, hadn't thought of it for myself. So I have friends on Saturday that will be, probably they'll come Friday evening, and in the refrigerator they will put drinks, they'll fill a coffee pot, they'll have food the next day, they'll just stick it in the fridge and we'll pull it out when everyone gets here. But those are the kind of things that if you haven't done a lot of weddings or helped with a lot of weddings, you may not think about, but you've got to feed your people, because makeup and hair, which is what they're usually doing in the bride's home the day of the wedding, makeup and hair takes hours if there's a handful of bridesmaids. It takes hours. Even with more than one, even if your makeup and hair artist has an assistant. So, because you've got the mother of the groom, mother of the bride, and then all of the bridesmaids. So food is important. So that's just another thing that you want to make sure someone's helping you with and someone's handling. And the other thing that I do want to mention that is super, super helpful if you do this ahead. All the hostess gifts and the thank you gifts that you're going to buy for people who either have parties or help you in some way with the wedding, or they sing, or they bring food. Those are things that you can get wonderful hostess gifts any time of year, even if you don't know what you're going to use them for, and have them wrapped and in a closet. We had, I believe, 22 gifts, and we had our wedding planner wrap them. But guys, I started thinking, what if I had not picked anything out, didn't have someone to wrap them, and I had all these gifts? That's like a Christmas morning. So things like lovely, beautiful salad servers, or a small charcuterie, or marble cheese knives, or I got mine these neoprene totes that are faux animal, and I love them. I have one myself. They can be used as a laptop case or a purse, and they're neoprene, so you can carry them to a football game, or but they're really cute. So I'm giving them that. But just think about things, and I even try to always have some sort of gift that anyone would love in my closet. I sort of call it a gift closet. So when there's an occasion that you need a gift, you don't have to think about it. And especially if you've got a child getting married, a gift closet is great because you're going to be giving a lot of gifts. Okay, so last thing, the things that I have done the previous 3 weeks, and I would recommend if you are trying to plan yourself around, your daughter, and making sure you look right on that day and are not having to worry about yourself leading up to the big day. You've already taken care of yourself. I've got my final hair appointment next week, and I've got my nails on Tuesday. You want to make sure your nails and your toenails are done. Get them done a few days before so you don't have to worry. And then I'm actually going to get my face waxed Monday. So that will just be a good, clean, hair-free face, nails, and the hair. And then I can focus on helping my daughter and helping all the girls. So anyway, it's so much fun. But if you're not used to a lot of things to organize, like I am, it can slip up on you. So I'll try to make this in a checklist, some of those things that will be helpful for you to remember, to either do for yourself or ask for a friend to do when it is your big day. So I am so grateful for all of you who are watching and listening, and I will share how it went in one of the episodes to come. But I thank you all who are reaching out and asking, and who are rejoicing with us. And all we are hoping for, other than a beautiful day, is under 100 degrees temp, because right now the 7-day forecast has it at, I believe, 110 and thunderstorms. Either way, it's going to be great. But if you're a praying person, just say a prayer. But by the time you listen or watch, this is probably going to be over. Anyway, I appreciate you all. And until next time, thank you so much for watching, and you have a fabulous day. Hi, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the SavvyCast. If you'll take the time to rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes, that would mean so much. As always, thank you for listening, and have a blessed day.